I Sit You Stand, where the mission is funny. Today, we're doing another comedy review. It's going to be Ali Sadik. Ali Sadik, Domino Effect. And we're going to get into it, man. I'm really interested. I've never really checked out Ali Sadik, but I know he does good numbers on YouTube, and I know he puts out, he puts a lot out. He's been putting out special after special after special. So this one is the Domino Effect. He dropped this one, and then he also dropped part 2 and part 3 right after. So we're going to get into it. I know he's more of a storytelling comedian than like a punch comic. So I'm going to see where he's at with it. I'm really interested. Let's get into it.
Houston, are you ready? Put your hands together for Ali Sadik!
Okay, so no intro. The intro is just a graphic with his name and some dude with bad audio, I may add, announcing him. And then it shows him, and he's sitting down. Sir, we went over this. I sit. You're supposed to stand, dude. That's the rules. I mean, I know Big J Okerson doesn't stand, but he's also only doing crowd work, so I don't know if the rule applies to him. He doesn't necessarily do stand-up comedy. He does sit-down crowd work. But that's not neither here nor there. No intro. It's all right. Whatever, dude.
Hey, let me start by saying this. In life, people make a lot of mistakes in your life, and you go through things, and you should have went right, but you went left. You know, you zig when you should have zagged. Things happen, but you don't get a chance to pinpoint a lot of times when you went wrong.
So it opens up and he starts off, and I'm like, oh, he's that type of black guy. He's the elder black man who's in his, let me tell you something, young man, phase. And he's going to tell you something, young man. And I'm like, oh, dude, that makes more sense. Because it's like, this is almost an hour and a half total, and there's no intro. So he comes out, and I'm like, this guy, he's going to reach in his pocket, start shaking up some Brazil nuts. Let me tell you something, young man. And he's going to tell you a long story. But that's, I mean, we're getting into it. Brazil nuts, you heard it here first.
And I don't know if y'all know about me, but I used to be a street pharmaceutical rep, which is very frowned upon. And I had enough time to think about how I got there, because you know I had 6 years in prison, so I had enough time to contemplate on the mistakes that I made. So I got it down to the exact year where my mistakes happened. So it's 1983. I'm 10 years old. Oh yeah, my mistakes started very early.
So like I said, he's a conversational comic. So if we're getting into it, his full opener could have been probably 10 minutes long. But we don't got time for that. So his first punchline is that when he was in prison, he was tracing all his problems back. And he said, man, I think I traced my problems back to when I was about 10. That's when it started. And I thought, you know, that's pretty spot on, because my life was... So, you know, but it started out, I was about 7, and I had the choice to smoke the cigarette with your cousin or be a better kid. And I chose to smoke the cig, and it's been ever since. And, you know, my mom caught us, so I ran downstairs. I got on my bike. I run away on my bike ran away. She trying to chase me, couldn't find me, so I'm running around in town on my bike. And she calls the cops, okay? So the cops pick me up. They tase me, beat me senseless, and then they take me back to my mom, who pepper sprayed me. Oh, it all because of the one choice. So it makes sense to me, you know? I mean, yeah, makes sense to me.
Visitation has a return date.
So he's taping a special. This is like a pretty big deal. They announced that when you go to one of these, they say, hey, we're taping a special, we're going to be filming, blah, blah, blah. But some lady yells out at a special taping. And I was like, it takes a certain type of woman to yell out at a special taping. And, you know, I think it was in her genes. Like, it was intrinsic. Like, she had to do it. And now I'm like, how would you expect these people not to yell out at the movie theater? I mean, really, pretty unreasonable of you to expect them not to yell out, okay?
And when you're a kid, it's only a couple things that's important to you when you're a kid. It's only a couple things. Because you're a kid, you don't have no responsibilities. What's important is cereal and your sneakers. That's it. Good cereal for breakfast in the morning, sneakers for your feet. That's it. My mama, very quality woman. Very quality woman. She would buy cereal that had a commercial. And some representation. You know, like Sugar Smack. Remember Sugar Smack had that cool bear, like he was trying to sell you heroin. Hey, you want some Sugar Smacks? Anybody want some smack? No smacks? Okay, no respect, no smacks. Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops had a bird, toucan, flying around. Who wants some Fruit Loops? And my daddy would buy a called Fruity O's. And when you were a kid, you supposed to pour cereal out of a box. You ain't supposed to, because this in a big potato sack bag. You ain't supposed to take no bowl and scoop no cereal out no bag like chicken feed. And you stand in front of the refrigerator with that bowl of scoop cereal. You like, Daddy, ain't no milk. He's like, the milk in the cabinet. In the cabinet? Yeah, you gonna have to add water. Add water to milk? Man, this is poverty at its finest. I used to always wonder why my daddy be in the kitchen talking about, hey, it's almost ready. Shaking. So what the hell are you doing? What's almost ready? The milk. Milk is supposed to already be ready, sir.
So me, I'm a cereal guy. So when he's talking about bagged cereal, I can relate to that. I mean, it like chicken feed, scoop it like chicken feed. That's pretty funny. And the powdered milk, dude, my mom, dead serious, would take an old milk container, old milk jug, and fill it with the powdered milk. I'm a kid, I come in, I'm like, oh, wow, I thought we were out of milk. Wait a second. You haven't even left. You've went nowhere. Why is the milk chewy? Mom!
So now I'm thinking about it. Boy said, I'm a want thing. Man, say, man, everybody over here hustle. And then what's illuminating in my mind is that I gotta get out my mama house at 18. I ain't got no savings. I ain't got nothing. So that boy said, yeah, everybody over here hustle, man. I said, what y'all do? He said, man, we sell dope. I said, nah, you supposed to say no to dope. I seen the commercials and everything. You know, the crime dog come on there, say no to dope, you know. He said, man, shit, they say no to dope when they talking about you using it, boy. We ain't using it, we selling it, boy. We ain't selling it to nobody who don't want it. I said, made sense to me. And in in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I gotta get my ass out of my mama's house at 18. I got 4 more years. Sound like a good come up.
All right, so the next part he's talking about, he knew he had to move out at 18. His mom told him, kept telling him. And I was like, man, at least he got some notice, you know, because he said, man, I had to move out. I had no savings. And that's funny because I got booted out of my foster care home, actually. And it was because, so I'm like, different town, next town over. Cops, I get a simple possession ticket. I mean, no big deal, right? I thought, whatever, had that before. So anyway, I come back home and they have the newspaper. This is a few days later. And they're saying, oh, it says in here, you had drugs in this house. And I was like, that's a false report. It was a false report. I'll sue one day. But anyway, I'm booted, bro. No savings. So I'm sleeping in a rusted out Jetta in the winter in New York. No savings. Extra side note, he said that the way you sell drugs is you sell them, but you only sell them to people that want them. And I will assure you that is how it works. And I did have to do that. But they put me in my car, bro. I had no savings. What am I supposed to do, okay?
But when you actually in there, it's a lot harder than people think. A 50-pack, it changes everything. It's a lot of ways you can go. Really only two. Either you can go to jail early, or you can go to jail late. Either way. But your ass going to jail. So, the 50-pack, get you a 50. Off of 50, you can make anywhere from 110 to 120, depending on your cut. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you don't know that. Because ain't nobody, this come with no manual. Ain't nobody walking you through the steps of dope sales. You just out there. You know what I'm saying? And people don't know that. They think, oh, like you got a team, and the team is, you know, everybody got an appointment, like you got HR in crack sales. Look. Man, let me tell you this mother shorted me on the last.
So now he's talking game, you know. So when I got booted out, that Jetta started making little trips up to a crappy place called Rochester, New York. And I was scared. I don't want to go back even now. But we would pick up stuff from an Italian drug dealer who also ran a liquor store. So he was, you know, what you need, boy? So anyway, we would go up there and make our trips. But eventually, like he was saying, we inherited the recipe. And that recipe was on a dirty napkin. And it said baking soda, other stuff, and what he called, quote, red top. And let me tell you, it was like a secret formula to making money. But like Ali said, you either go to jail early or you go to jail late. And my friend went to jail early and I moved out of state. Huh?
Now I'm out here getting my little old shit off, and I'm happen to be at the park, and it's this gay dude named Tink. He a sissy. Now look, this is the 80s. You could call them sissies in the 80s. I'm telling you from the 80s. I'm not talking about now. Don't write no letter on me. Cause you know it was only one in the whole neighborhood back then. You know, and this sissy is named Tink, and we call him Tink the Sissy. And it's the 80s.
All right, I like the next part. First of all, it's the 80s. So he's allowed to be calling gay dudes sissies, all right? And I like that mostly because I haven't really heard that before. Now, my dad did call me sissy, okay? But it was because I was being a pussy. But he only said sissy on the days where he didn't say pussy. So I'm like, all right, sissy, I'm in. It's the 80s.
And Charles pulls out the biggest gun that I've ever seen in my life. At the time, I didn't know it was called a Desert Eagle. That man pulled that gun out. He said, "Oh, youngster, what you don't know, man, is what I'm saying to you is, man, that you gone work for me." Now, but what Charles don't realize, I've been out here selling dope for like 4 weeks now. I'm way more harder than he think. I've been galvanized by the streets at this point. And so while Charles in there talking that shit with his gun on me, he don't even see that I done reached in my little waistband and pulled out my little 25, and I hit his ass with the, no. Now, I ain't gonna be selling for nobody, my man. Charles said, "Oh, this little done pulled a pistol out on me. Boy, run there, you ain't tell me the little hard. I didn't pull the pistol. Little you talk, you see your little pistol. This took my gun. My hand's still up. My hand's
This next one had me dying. He said that he pulled a pistol out and some dude punked him so hard, pulled it out of his hand, dude. He's sitting there like, that dude, that's crazy. He got Steven Seagal'd by some dude. That's the most embarrassing thing. Like, you think you're tough, and then, ooh, worst case scenario. Dude. And it's even worse that who stole the gun from him was Pinky from Next Friday. It had to have been.
And I see a man on a walker. He on the aisle, he on a walker. I'm with my mama. I turn to my mama, I say, "Hey, go to the car." She said, "What?" I said, "Go to the car." I said, "Baby, what's wrong?" I said, "Remember I told you about that man who hit me in my eye?" Go to the car. Say, my man. That dude turned around and said, "Don't you hit me." I was on crack. I am sorry.
So the next part was good, and it was part of like a long, drawn-out joke that, you know, he kept it together with continuity. And dude, but where it crescendoed at the end, dude, I was in, bro. I was in, because he said that a crackhead had punched him back in the day, and that the rest of his life he had like spent trying to kill this man just because he punched him. So the crescendo at the end, and the use of the stool, that killed me. I love good use of props if it's not a prop, you know what I mean, like mic, stool. That was great. But he didn't end it there, though. He went on farther. And, you know, it's like, as I know that his stories might be long because they're all true, but in him being a former convict kind of gives him legitimacy with these stories, because, like, I can't really tell if they're true. You know me, I don't like a lie. I think he's telling the truth. So, I mean, yeah, the stories are long, but hopefully they're true, you know? And, he goes on to end the joke, but it was more of like an end to a long-ass story than it was the end of a joke. So I thought that he should have ended it with a stool action. That I would have clapped and said, you know, maybe these long stories were all worth it. But, I mean, either way, he tells a story, you know, And then, like, yeah, he tells a story like my wife. Like, it's way too many details, and it seems like she's trying to kill me the whole time. So, yeah, he should have ended it before. It would have been, I don't know why he didn't. It's crazy. I guess he just likes, he's like, hold on, I need to do more talking. Okay? This is my special. Okay.
And you know something that I realized as I thought about all of this? I went to prison for 6 years. I got jumped on by a dope-fiend couple. I got thrown in a dumpster. Got my eye messed up. Holding a grudge for a man all these years. And I realized I did all of that for a fresh-ass tracksuit. Even when you're doing something wrong, it's a time that your moral compass says you should stop.
He leaves. He comes back. He's not done, dude. He likes long stories so much that he came back and he's like, alternate ending, huh? Encore. Did you guys yell encore? No. Encore anyway. He comes back and it's like, dude, the end of it just 6 more minutes of drug dealing stories, and he doesn't get the same pop as he did with the Walker, and it was just like, it's just long more. It's like, dude, we're on an hour and 15 plus. Come on. So yeah. He goes on and just doing more drug dealing stuff. And, I know I rag on people for being hacky and for being, cliche and like, but, I know he did a whole special about selling drugs, but what am I supposed to do? You expect me to come up here and tell you that black people are known for selling drugs and that this is a cliche? I can't rag on Ali for that. I mean, it says here I used to sell dope and I've robbed guys. So, basic proof, I'm white as can be. It ain't the lighting. Okay? So, I don't know. So, will it be reflected in his score of being cliche or hacky? Maybe. Okay. That was a long one. I know I only included so much for you, but it was a long one for me. But it was pretty good. Pretty good. It was drawn out, but pretty good. So, first things first, out of 20, we got the details. We got the intro, clothing, venue, platform. Intro, pretty much not an intro, which is like, it's okay. Kind of a cop-out, but the audio of the guy announcing him, boo. So 1 out of 5. All right, clothing. I don't know if he's wearing a sweatsuit. Like, I don't know. It was hard for me to even tell. But if it's velour, then we're gonna have to give him another point. So we got a 3 out of 5. Venue. All right, Houston, Texas. H-Town, stay down. Remember Mike Town, who? Come on, H-Town. Right? So I respect it because apparently he grew up in H-Town. So Houston, Texas, smaller venue. I'm on board. 4 out of 5. All right. And platform. Okay. We got his own YouTube channel. That's great. Promote yourself, bro. 800-pound gorilla? No, guys. Okay. So, yeah, 4 out of 5. For a total of 12 out of 20. That's pretty solid. All right, when it comes to the good v bad, I was way higher on the good. He more than broke even, and he more than got the points. So I gave him a 50 out of 50. I mean, yes, it was really drawn out, and it's not really my style. Excuse me, not really my style for all the jokes to be that long. I kind of like punched, but you know, it's not up to me. It's up to, is it funny? And the rules say 50 out of 50. So. What's up? All right, so we have Ben Dunn / Hacky. Is he hacky? I don't think so. I think it's. I believe him. First of all, is it because he's black? Yes. Yeah. I believe him because he's black. So, whatever. But it's hard to tell somebody they're hacky if they're telling you their original stories. But I took away some points because it was really one-dimensional. Like, the entire thing is just talking about drug dealing. I mean, who we dealing with here? KRS-One? Am I old? Yeah, so, I mean, I took away 5 points out of his possible 20 because, you know, it is like, you know, you can change the topic a little bit. But overall, not very hacky. And, you know, I don't think it's been done. But I'll have to ask the kings of comedy, am I right? Oh. Closer and opener. Now, I think closer and opener is pretty important. I mean, it's only 10 points, but if it's lackluster, you're not getting many points. So I thought they were both drawn out. Like, the whole special was drawn out, but I thought they were drawn out and just not impressive, not very impressive. Didn't get you. Didn't have that. Didn't have it. So I gave him a 4 out of 10 on that. And that was pretty much his biggest downfall. Everything else, he pretty much nailed. So for a final score, $81. Huh? He's making Patrice proud, okay? Right? Am I right? And let's have this discussion. You guys think Patrice would still be like the greatest thing of all time? Or is he like Biggie where he died early and he might have fell off, but no one knows? I don't know. Don't stick Bill Burr on me. Or Nia. Don't stick Nia Burr on me. Is she in here? Is she in here? Is that me? Is that her? Anyway, he got an 81. Now, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. We've seen some terrible comedy on this channel. But this was actually, like, you know, upper echelon storytelling comedy. I'm interested to see the rest of his specials. It was a lot. An hour 20 is a lot. A lot. But he kept it going. It was a little one-dimensional. Not perfect. But, you know, 81. What's up? Who's got something to say? Huh? What, Jim Gaffigan? You got something to say? Jeff Dunham? That's what I thought. So, this has been I Sit You Stand, where the mission is funny. I believe we achieved our mission today, along with the help of Ali Sadik. Siddiq? I'll have to ask him. I'll ask him. But thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you.